what's going on, guys? Welcome to part 2 of my budget clear run. So we're going to be using Elena yet again. We're going to be using her for all those kind of things that she can do. She doesn't need all this, by the way. I know you guys don't like me saying that, but this was auto-equipped. These are all auto-equipped, no killers or anything, because she's only here for chaining purposes. So she doesn't need this much attack. Because she's not doing the damage. Dawn is going to be here for spreading things. Clam and Axstar is here with, we have 225% Beast Killer and 3% Reaper Killer, which is good enough for me. That's pretty decent. And 20% True to Wield. Aerith is just here for a Limit Burst. She could be ungeared if you want. Make sure you guys have Lightning and Light Resistance at 0% at least. Vanera is here for Rakes, but you can also use Cacteria. I'm going to mention that again in the next part of this video, but just so you guys know. And Red 13 is here for spreading the killers. So you need those killer buffs for sure. He's very helpful for this one, definitely helpful. So let's get into the fight. So for Elena, we're going to use Protection of the Azure Crystal. And because there's not really main... Crystal Fragmentation is the most thing you want to use. The other thing, as long as you're not imbuing, I guess that's okay. And as long as you're not doing any damage, you're okay. So I'm just going to defend this turn. Flame and Axstar are going to go ahead and use Snowstorm Militia and Dark Militia, and obviously their last cooldown, the Pitch Black Performance. Aerith is going to use her Limit Burst in the Brave Shift form, because we're not using it for damage this time around. Unlike in my last video where it was a lot easier, this time it's a little harder. And Vanera is going to do the 95% break, but you can also use Cacteria like I mentioned. And he's going to use Overhaul, Red 13. That's the first turn, pretty easy. Don't need Mirage until the next turn. That's why I didn't use it yet. Turn 2, you're just going to use Sword and Peril and Vanera. Elena, sorry about that. Elena. You're going to use the Piercing Prism. Right? Piercing Prism. 25% Sword and Peril. It'll do a little bit of damage to the boss, but that's okay. We can't really help it, because this is the only way you can get this done, guys. You can use Assassin Shadow if you want, for as Provoker, but in terms of being able to Mirage, you need Vanera, or someone who has lots of stacks like Bling. You need 3 stacks of Mirage to be able to dodge this, so you can't use Shadow this time, unfortunately, for Mirage. And we're gonna go ahead and use Killer Rave. Aerith is going to defend. And Mastermind Zone is gonna go ahead and use Refractor. And we're gonna use Critical Mirror on Red 13. And we're gonna use Elemental Mirror on Cleostar, Flame and Axstar, and we're gonna use Protected Mirror. Flame and Axstar is gonna defend. As you can tell, guys, that's how much we needed. 3 stacks. I guess you can tell there's still one more stack available, so you need 3 stacks, guys. And there are not very many options, unfortunately, so if you can find one yourself, that's up to you. Just know that there's not very many options out there, unfortunately. We're gonna triple cast SR on all of them. Don't use his grandest ability because it's fire, by the way. You don't really need to be doing that. Speed of Light, and we're just doing all of these because it's just Bolting Strike chains. And he's going to also do Bolting Strike. And we're going to be using Harmonic Agito as our finisher, of course. So let's get into it. Hopefully I can get this going here on the simulator. Looks like the chain doesn't break. So you'll be getting the S+ clear Remember guys, this is a budget clear, so you're not going to be getting, you know, top score, but you will clear as S+. That's the point of this video, guys. So I actually broke my record from last one. Wow. So you'll still get the S+, guys. This video is for people who just want the S clear, S+ clear, and move on and get the rewards and move on with your day. This is what this video is about, guys. Not getting the perfect score. That will be in the next video. So stay tuned for that. We'll be doing perfect clears for these ones, guys. So stay tuned for the next part. We're going to be going ahead and fighting the Mr. Krabs. So stay tuned. Alright, here we are again. And our team is not really going to change too much. But we're going to be using a little bit more with Elena. But her base form could be anything. She could be ungeared, basically. Because all she's doing is a few things, and then she's shifting over to being a damage dealer. And she has no killers or anything. She's just here for chaining purposes. Zon's just here for being provoker and chaining purposes, because actually he's not doing anything this time around. Our finisher with some killers. 250% aquatic, 275 stone. As good as I can get. Aerith is just going to be using her lone burst, not chaining. And Venera is here to just break this time and not use Mirage. And then she's going to chain. So there's that. Also, an alternative to Venera could be Cacteria, because she has good Earth and Peril and also good damage and also bolting strike chaining. So there's that. And we have Madame Edel, who unfortunately I'm not able to get the full amount because I don't have any insignias, but I'm sure your damage will be slightly higher if you're able to get that to level 5. But this is just a clear for someone who just wants to get an S+ and move on to the last boss and just do it and get the rewards. Basically, this is what this video is about, guys. So let's get into the fight. Oh, I forgot to also mention that you should have everybody at 0% resistances for the boss that it's using, by the way, so that Elena can resist against them. So turn 1, Crystal Refragmentation and also Glacial Southern Lights for Elena. Zon's going to defend. Flame and X-Star is going to use Spirit Sonata, Snowstorm's Lydia, and also Pitch Black Performance. Aerith is just going to use her lone burst on this turn. Oh, and Venera's just going to defend, and we're going to use Ruin Expedition Order. But yeah, Aerith is just going to use her lone burst. Just for the buff, because it lasts for 4 turns, guys. Don't need Mirage for this one. Okay, and now we are going to go ahead and shift over, and remember, don't break the boss until after you do this, because it might do too much damage. So you're going to use Crystal Refragmentation and also Piercing Prism for the Sword and Peril, and also the Ice and Barrel. So make sure you do that first. Don's going to defend, Axstar is going to defend, Aerith is going to defend, Venera is going to break, or Cacteria. Remember guys, you can use Cacteria too, so that's also an option. Marauder's Blade, and she's going to defend. So this is pretty easy clear so far. We're mostly just defending. Pretty easy, right? It looks kind of scary, I know, with all those things, but we're... Ouch. That's not good, but... Now that was the damage over time. That's just way too much damage, for real. That's just hilariously... That's just hilarious, the amount of damage we're doing with that. So we're going to do Blade of Salvation and also Piercing Prism. Don is going to triple cast Bolting Strike. This could be any Bolting Strike chainer, but also he's good at being a provoker and dodge provoke and stuff. Venera is going to shift over and just triple cast SR. But with Cacteria, you would triple cast Bolting Strike chain. Aerith is just going to sit still. Emblem Man a little bit too late, but so this is going to still be an S plus clear, but it's not going to be, you know, we're not going to be doing the top damage. But remember guys, this is a budget clear. You still get the S plus. That's what you guys are looking for, right? So that's going to be it for this video, guys. 2 budget clears, and we're going to do, you're going ahead, and for the next video we're going to do 2 perfect clears for these ones. So that means it's not going to be budget, so don't yell at me in the comment section for if I'm using Sephiroth or whatever. But these 2 will be using perfect clears for the next video, guys. So stay tuned for that. Thank you guys for watching, appreciate you. Leave a like, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.